Hello. I'm doing another rebirth journey. This is so exciting. So I've been preparing for this, and it's really hard to like the energy is really strong, so it's sort of like making me nervous, and then just the human side of me kind of comes forward, and I get really overwhelmed by how big of a deal these things are. So it takes me a little bit to calm down, but I will calm down. So I'm doing this for Alexandra today. I don't know. I don't know how to emphasize what her spiritual pursuits are so deep and so meaningful. And we all have these sort of lingering inside of us. How do we align with our spiritual gifts, and how do we overcome sort of these physical it's like the gifts of the body, and then the mind, and and life itself, being a human being. There's something really deep here about all of this, because there's so much meaning behind it all. There's so much like will and desire to truly share something so powerful and so meaningful with the world, and not knowing how to pull that up to the surface, and then also having these other struggles that create vulnerabilities with confidence. How many of us have these? How many of us feel vulnerable with confidence? I'm one of them. I am. I struggle with that too. All right, so I'm like trying to align here. They're pulling me into it. They're saying that I'm overwhelmed because of all the information. And there's the spiritual gifts are really profound and meaningful, and I want to be so honoring and respectful that I really take notice of these and use these on this journey. They don't know where I'm off to for this journey, because it's sort of like the vibration is so strong, it's like derailing my human body, and so it's hard to tolerate all this like heavy duty energy. But I will. Okay. I don't even know where to start. They're like, pick a place, and then we'll start there. My spirit guides are always telling me that we're not gonna let you fall off of the cliffside. We've got you. You are going to successfully make your way through this, and it's these things are a big deal, and they overwhelm me too as a human being. Okay, so I keep getting images all over the place. So I don't even know which one to start with. So I'm just gonna start with this opening. It's like an open door, but it's like an open window. It has a frame. The frame of it is rectangular in shape, like a door, but it has no door in it. It is open. They're saying so you can walk through. There's no doorway to prevent you from entering. And I say yes. This has a lot to do with you, Alexandra. Open to such a degree, you have taken all of your doors off the hinges. You are ready to receive superb, supreme, profound spiritual healing today. I'm actually walking through this doorway, and I'm seeing. So I've been. I'm honestly like I'm seeing Jesus on the other side of the doorway, and I've been working with him in my own personal life, and then he came up in the journey yesterday that I shared earlier today, and I wouldn't not I'm so honored every time I see him. So it's so helpful for me to align with his vibration, and then he helps to channel profound healing through me. So I'm going to him right now, and he's sort of looking down at the ground, and he's telling me how many special gifts of healing that we'll get to use today for Alexandra. He says he is going to be with me through this journey, and we are going to use all your gifts. He's like, we're going to use them all. We're going to super heal her. We're going to make her feel so amazing, and she's not even going to recognize herself. She's going to be totally blasted off into the awesomeness, like the heavenly light of all, and the profound, the everything that we all want. She's going to be a part of that. So he's really creating like a sort of like that intimate, sort of caring, loving sort of feeling. is it's sort of like I'm really small, and then he bends down to look me in the eye, and it has such a gesture, you know what I mean? Such a loving gesture, like a parent who gets down to to their children's eyes to look them in the eyes, to speak to them eye to eye, you know, speak to them. So he's speaking to me right now. We're just looking into each other's eyes right now. He's sort of glowing. He wasn't this tan. This version of him, how I'm processing his image, is much tanner this time. He's a white guy with a tan now, where he was more Caucasian. But his skin, I would not doubt that his skin could tan. So he's a tanner version. And it's sort of like his darker hair has been lightened by the sun slightly. So we're just talking to each other. This is really a big deal. There's something going on here. It's almost like many spirits involved talking simultaneously, and it's all at the same time. All of our sort of heads are together. Our souls are all in oneness right now, having like a very profound conversation. It is almost like we are exploring how to accomplish this work for you, how to tackle it best, is what it feels like. Spirits, do you think we have to think through they're talking about how spirits make decisions, how spirits decide what is best. Human beings have to think through things, and then they have to decide this way or that way, you know. Spirits have sort of this alignment with what is the highest vibration, and now we experience what is the image, what is the wisdom that is a reflection of that vibration. And so we are exploring various vibrations that are very high vibrations with various your soul has to choose which one. What I'm doing is I'm connecting what is 4 of the highest vibrations. They're sort of like straws. We're like picking straws or something. And I'm picking them, and then I'm blending them together in oneness. And I'm creating a super bright light beam channel of connected, sort of the best of the best. I'm going to just combine all 4 of these together. And it's like a beautiful glowing string of light. It's almost like it would be a DNA strand. It has like that power to it, and it's not huge. It's just like this big, like a couple inches in length, and it looks like a wet noodle because it's kind of slapped over. It hasn't coiled yet. They're saying it is still in the process of being identified or creating a structure of solidity. It has not solidified its identity as of yet, but it is going to. The process of the work will create the manifestation. So we don't even know what it is yet. It is actually like going to be a surprise for all of us, is what this sounds like. That's why this is such a big deal, because it is sort of like some unknown miracle thing. So it said something, they whispered something very quietly about miracles. And I know it was some sort of silly thing. Some silly thing that was full of wisdom, you know. I'm like, I can't even stay with it because the energy's changing already. They're showing me what is, this is a big deal. Dang it, this is gonna go fast. So this thing has its arms out like this, okay? And it's almost like, it's almost like a bird, a person that has their arms stretched out and then they have wings coming from underneath. It's sort of like an Egyptian. It is on an Egyptian wall. This absolutely has something to do with you. They're showing me other things on an Egyptian wall. What are paintings? And it's literally like a woman, and she has like a like a clay pot, and it's quite tall. And she's sort of like smiling and got her arm around it, but she's in a painting, and she's just in the painting on the wall. And now this is jogging this realization. I'm going to indicate what Alexandra's her spiritual gift, she has several spiritual gifts, and one of them is Frida Kahlo. I want to make sure I pronounce it right, because I'd never heard of her, and so I did a little reading, and I was so so blown away, so impressed, so unique, and I looked at the paintings, and it was just so amazing, and so seeing these images like painted on a wall, there's definitely a reflection with Egypt, but they also had that sort of twinge of what I had seen from this Frida Kahlo, I was just so mind blown by her story and then her paintings, and I can understand that she is a great choice. She's an amazing choice. I really can't wait to get more of that connection in this rebirth journey and experience more from her. They're saying that we will. There's so many special ones. So also we have Daniel, one of her dear friends who is in spirit now. She had considered him an ancestor, and that is so deep and special. Like, that is a really special thing. And then also we have Quartz Mountain in Lone Wolf, Oklahoma. So I got pictures of all these things. So I got to see everybody, and it is so special. And then she wanted to share what is, for her healing journey, this rebirth journey, she wants to share her deepest connection with the universe, her love of God, of the light, of discovery, of enlightenment, an appreciation for this life that takes my breath away. This is what she wanted to take with, too. Like all of these things are so meaningful and profound. They're going to, this is huge. Can you see now why I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start, because everything is so meaningful. There's just so much, the high vibration is just so much. So, there's 4 things here. I just indicated too that I took the 4 highest vibrational strands and I blended them together to create something, and it had not yet been solidified. And now I just went through they were 4 gifts. And this is like kind of super kind of creepy, because I didn't like make that connection. And then these are 4 very profound gifts, and these are like, each one represents each one of these sort of limp noodles that is solidifying into like some profound gift for your soul, to blend with these expressions that of pure and unconditional love. These gifts that you allow me to take with me are blended with your soul in such a unique way of unconditional love. It actually fills your soul with all of their lights and all of their reflections, which are so special. So we're going to use all this. They're saying that this is going to be complicated for my human brain. So one way to simplify it, and I'm going to still try to use each one individually, but to simplify it, they created this was the correct choice for me to create this sort of this coil of them all 4 together, so I could identify what tool is my spiritual gift to take in order to fill all of these spaces in your spiritual atmosphere with this high vibrational energy. So this strand that I just talked about, Jesus and I conversating and all of that, that is our reflection of those 4 profound gifts that you've provided me, and that is solidifying into like a twisted pretzel stick of awesome, like super glowing white light that is like so white it has a sort of yellow shine to it. So it's like a super awesome stick. And I don't want to let go of it. I want it. It's so special. It's so great. I feel so special that you're sharing all of this with me. So, okay, so I'm taking this. I've got this. I'm acknowledging to the universe that I possess this gift to heal your soul with this. Heal all of this, to profoundly transform you, rebirth your soul through all of these layers. So Jesus and I are going to go hand in hand to explore this journey, and he wants to take me somewhere. It's almost like we're going down, but we're also instantly like vanishing as we go down. It's like we entered into some sort of trap door, parallel, like some sort of strange universe thing, like it sucked us into the next dimension or something weird like that. He's showing me something that's very pretty, and it's like a spider web, but it's made out of jewels. We're standing in a dark space. Jesus is doing this, and it's made out of rubies. This red color is important. He says he's showing me some sort of pretty like thing that a woman would wear around her head, so to hold her hair. In fact. He's saying he's also sort of doing this with it, and is sort of collecting it, and it makes a jingly noise. There's no explanation for why. I'm just following along here. He wants me to hold my hand out, so I do. And he's setting it in my hand, all these red rubies. It's sort of like a jewelry piece. And there's many of them, and it looks like it's connected as a spider web, but now it's in my hand. And so I'm just holding it. He says hold it out in front of you, so I do. He wants me to use this. I'm actually lifting it up with my hand, the palm of my hand, so like this energy field right here, right? It's just sort of energy coming up in this spiritual space, and then it's just lifting up flat, so I can see the spider web, and then this sort of light coming out of it. So I'm just doing this. There's something going on here. This thing is sort of moving on its own, and it's literally becoming a circular ball like this, and it's connected, and it's becoming solidified and hard, even like an orb, like a crystal ball or something. But it's no longer in these red pieces of pieces of ruby, but it is solidifying into a red light, but it is a solid orb of red light. And it's just, I don't even know what's going to happen, but that's what's going on so far. So this is important. There's some purpose. I need this. He's putting something into it. Sort of like he's breathing fire or breathing something into the inside of it. It's almost like he's breathing life into the inside of it. It's crazy. It's like it has a white flame on the inside, and I could see it just flickering on the inside of this red orb. And it's glowing, and it glows out white, and then some of it is glowing red too. It's like has sort of a red. Like planet Earth has a blue around it. This has red around it, and then from there is white coming out. So this is a red and white glow. Let's see here. Okay. Literally, it just fell on the ground and broke into a million pieces. Like a clay pot would break on the ground. It broke into pieces. And it wasn't very solid. It felt like it was solid all the way through, but it was very thin glass is what it was like. When it fell and broke, and it's sort of very thin shards. It's almost like dirt it was inside of it too, like it was trying to grow a seed on the inside. So when it fell to the ground, it sort of broke like a plant, a pot. Would have broken, and there would have been dirt in it, and then it would just broken on the floor. So there's some sort of combination. It's like that woman who was smiling with the clay pot, who was painted on like an Egyptian wall. It looked like kind of like hieroglyphic style. And she had to tan. She was very tanned, like an Egyptian, like you would imagine an Egyptian. And then here Jesus has sort of a tanner expression, sort of lighter, like his hair is sort of like lighter from the sun or something. So I'm just waiting for the next thing. They're showing me how sometimes things break, but all things that break can be reformed again. He's saying you're not broken. He's saying you're not broken, and then he's showing me now how energy is picking these pieces up without me even having to touch them with my fingers, or even hurt my fingers through the glass itself. They're not going to cut me because I'm not going to use my hands. I'm just going to use energy to literally use like a magnetic sort of force field to just lift it up. I just allow it to be lifted, and I allow it to then re-solidify. I allow it to become whole again. This is about you feeling like you are not whole. You are this amazing red orb that was just there, that broke, but it broke. I didn't expect that it would break, but at the same time, I somehow had it was sort of for me to see that it was breakable. And then that all things that are breakable can heal. And so now we are lifting it up to heal it and to return it to its pristine form, which is you, returning your soul into its pristine form. They're saying your soul broke into a lot of pieces. It literally broke into a lot of pieces, and we need to pull the pieces together to re-solidify your soul. This is for you to be aligned with your most profound expression, your most profound gift to this universe, to the infinite, to the all even. So like we see you, we know you're divine, we know how sacred you are, we know your energy, we know how profound you are. We are going, it is today to solidify the soul pieces so you can feel whole. You are solidifying now. They're showing me you literally what is like you in a mirror that's cracked and broken, and you sort of looking at your reflection and you just hate it. It's almost like you break your own mirrors because of this. And there's so much love and so much loving acceptance of you. It's so many emotions right now. It's sort of like they feel your pain. They feel this sort of tormenting, painful experience your soul is enduring when through the reflection, and then so they feel it. They understand to such a degree. They want so bad for this mirror to solidify. They want you to feel the love of self. This has to do with Frida Kahlo, to be such an extraordinary woman. And obviously her paintings really reflect that she has, a unibrow and some mustache. But she is an extraordinary divine feminine expression, worthy of all love and adoration. And you see her, and you love and adore her for who and what she is. And she to you is a patron saint. So now you see yourself in the mirror. You are a patron saint. You too are a patron saint. She speaks this to you. This is like her talking to you right now, because she paints a picture of you. It's like what she's saying. It's so deep that it's like really hard. Because it's so meaningful. Because so many of us sort of feel this way, Everybody is worthy to have their picture painted on an Egyptian wall. That's what she says. Everybody is. That's it. That's real. That was really a lot. That was really emotional. So I'm just gonna breathe right now, because that was really like this is not only a gift I give to you. This is a gift you give to me, and then you see how now we are sharing this gift with the world. This is the most important thing any human being could be doing right now, is sharing their vulnerabilities openly, and us human beings connecting openly, and then trying our best to help each other, whatever that is. We're not all, we're just, it's just so much. Okay, so I'm just gonna, the energy now is changing, is shifting, and so now I can see her with clarity, and this has to do with me. They're putting me on like a, like on a playground where they have a, saucer that goes around and you hold on to it and you don't fall off, and you just want it to go faster and faster and it spins. I don't know what the name is right now, just my head is kind of fuzzy from that. but I'm on there and she's spinning me really around faster and faster just to wake me up, to snap me into place again. Because I sort of lingered into the emotions too much. So it's time to get moving some more. So she's really fun. Actually, she's actually a really fun person. She's really happy and excited. You sort of see these paintings, and she's so serious, and you see this sort of terror side of her experience with this tragic accident that I read about. Literally, it was like every bone in her body was broken. And so she had to endure like a great deal of pain and suffering from this, even after 35 surgeries or something like that, from what I read on Wikipedia. So she endured a lot. So this is also meaningful because, see, I'm doing this energy work, spiritual healing, and soul rebirth journey. So it's for when I read that, I was like, wow, I would have loved to have tried to help her heal in this life, in that life. I don't even know when she was born or if she's still alive or not. I just saw the picture of her from 1920, so she'd be pretty old if she was still alive. So she must, she's putting her hands in my hands. She's really happy, and she's really vibrant, and she's full of life. She can even she's got like clogs on and doing a silly dance, like back and forth with her feet. And she's just sort of likes to hear the noise of the wood of the clog against like the wood of some sort of porch that she's standing on, with some like pretty greenery in the background of what's like a beach or some sort of sandiness behind it. It's just really a nice, it's like casa, la casa, and it's sort of fun there. Makes me want to be there. It makes me excited. She's really into dancing and like using her shoulders and moving her body in these rhythms even, in style that's sort of fun, and it's different. Like she's just moving in these sort of ways, and it's so fun because I can kind of feel it moving in my own body, and she just keeps moving. So what is she doing now? She's wanting to show that she is looking at the ground. She's been moving to the point where she's sort of stuck, and her legs are like this, and now her back is like this. So she's in this shape, and then she's looking down at the ground, at this wooden platform like a porch. And she's saying, ow, my back hurts. And everything's becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. But I'm trying to run to her to see what this means. But it's sort of like a picture that is flowing into the wind. Like the pain is in the past. The pain does not torment me here. The suffering is over. Look at me, I'm dancing. She's so fun. She's just a really raw personality, like really honest, devoted to honesty, pure honesty. Honesty of joy, and then even honesty of pain. She was not afraid to show her face in public for being who and what she was. And that is what makes her a patron saint. Because we all want to be like that, So why can't we be? What is holding us back? This is a really big deal. We're going somewhere. This has to do with this quartz. This has to do with this quartz mountain. I'm literally standing on it, and there's like a native man there, but I'm not allowed to see him clearly. I can't really understand his sort of what race or what he is. I don't know if he's like a Native American but he sort of has a staff, and he's like pounding it on the ground, very sure of himself. Like, I stand here. And it's not particularly tall. It's more sort of short, like a cane, but it doesn't have the handle. It's sort of like a perfectly carved piece of like awesome wood, or like an aspen cane or something. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a straight, but it has some sort of waviness to it. And then it's just sturdy. It's just a sturdy stick. but I'm not able to see him. But I can tell it is a man, and he has the stick, and he is standing here on this quartz mountain. He has a relation. So this quartz mountain actually has spirits that are there with it, with the energy, are very connected with the vibrations of this quartz mountain. He is one of these nature spirits that are there. He's one of these sort of, he's really connected with the mountain, and he loves that you are connected with this mountain too. He feels your vibration coming and visiting him in this mountain space. And he is sort of like, he longs to see your soul on the regular. He really enjoys your visits with him. You actually visit him, like astrally project, then go there, because this place brings back so much joy because of this vibration, this connection. It was extremely spiritual. Not only was it a joyful physical memory, memories in the physical and just joyful memories of it, but the mountain itself possesses a radiation of superior energy, and your soul is able to pick up on it, and it was extremely aligned with your soul vibration. And there's souls that are also very aligned with this space, and he's one of them. He's sort of like, I don't know how to describe this guy. He kind of looks like one of the dwarves from The Hobbit, because he's got like a big nose, and I don't know, is he like an elf or a dwarf or something? But he's hardy, he's not skinny, and he's not tiny, but he's not like a gnome. But he's got this like patch of white hair that goes around, and then this like beard that's sort of like all over the place, but it's not like super long. It's sort of like he stuck his finger in a light socket and it all just went poof. And he's like bald on top, but he's just got all this whiteness here and this poof coming out. He's got this really great grin. It's almost like his lips are really thin and you can't really see his teeth for some reason. But he's really like natural. He's really happy with the way he is, just to be this way. And he has sort of an odd shape about him. He's not human. I don't get it. His head is like the size of a normal human being, but his body's kind of puffed out and odd looking. But it's totally like a balanced structure. It's almost like his calves are enormous, and he's just kind of short and stout, but he's not. He's like properly proportioned. He's really proud of himself. He's really proud of his expression, and he's really proud of his relationship with the space. He's really proud of you. He loves you. He longs to see your soul on the regular. Like he needs you to come here, right here, with it where he puts his stick. Come visit me right here. He's just so fun. This is the gift of my soul to heal your soul. I am sharing healing with your soul today. He's so proud of this. He longs to touch your soul in the way that you have touched his soul. Again, it's so meaningful. That's what he says. He adores you. He said, when I look into your eyes, I see the universe. That's what he says. It's really meaningful. And he says it with meaning. He's not just saying it because it's a nice thing to say. He is saying it into your universe, into your eyes. He's altering you through this communication. He's touching you through the eyes and touching into your universe. You've touched his universe. He wants to make you so happy. So sweet. So he also likes to dance and kick up the heels, and he does it in sort of like a Russian way. Like he's got like arms like this, and then the legs are like kicking up like that. It's so funny, and it's awesome because he's awesome at it. It's so cool. It's so random. He's really great. And sort of like, you see how people like me for me just being me. He's likable just because he is the way he is. You don't be afraid to express yourself, and just a way that is you, because this is the way that is me. And I may look goofy, and may dance in this way, but that is what makes me me, and that's what makes me likable. That's what he says. It's really special. So that's quartz. That's his mountain. Sort of an energy change again. And this mountain is now glowing. It's like a portal or something itself. It's glowing with this white light again. The white light that is so white, it has that yellow sort of brightness to it. It's almost like the mountains themselves are disappearing, and there is only space here that is this white light. And the mountains are coming down, and then all we see is this white light, but I can tell it's a flat space now. There's no mountain there. It's almost like there's a hidden space here. One that you can't see with the eyes, you could get to in spirit or something like that. He's like, where do you think I live? That's what he says. I'm like, well, where do you live? I thought it was on the mountain. He's like, where am I going to live on this mountain? We need to go into the mountain to see where he lives, I guess. It's like a hobbit home, you know, because they live underground. They live in a hobbit hole. Is a hobbit home. So, he says he's talking about manifesting miracles and the ability to move mountains. That's what this is about. Your ability to move mountains. You can. So energy is changing again. He's showing me now the mountain and then an entryway into it. And it says exit on the door. So we're going in the exit door. We're going in through the outdoor. You're not allowed to go through the exit. So that's why it's hard to find this door, because it's like the exit, right? But that's the sort of trickery of it. So we're going through the exit into the mountain. He says there's only one way in and one way out, and we label it exit. I was like, okay. Alrighty. So we're driving on like some rail tracks, and we're inside in one of those things that they have that go out through tunnels underground. We're in one of those on the tracks that are going on through the tunnels of this mountain. It's brown and tunnely inside. So we're just he's so small, like short, you know, but so we're just in there, and I feel like I'm now his size. I feel like we're the same size for some reason. I feel like I'm now like him somehow. We're just going. So he's really into seeing me smile too. He really acknowledged. He's like really happy to see me smile. He's saying that. He's really happy that we're going to do this thing together. He's like holding my hand to show me that he's here with me through this journey for you. It's really special. So as we continue to go, I'm just feeling like more and more relaxed, like I'm drifting off. Because it's almost like I can't see anymore. I'm getting dizzy. So, I can't comprehend it, what's happening. There's somebody here. He's really working on my third eye. He's actually doing something to me. There's something in there that he's doing something with it. So something was in my third eye for some reason. I've been having problems with my eyes lately too. I've been noticing like I'm just getting this burnt feeling here. Just, you know, from computers and stuff. It's like we all I mean, I have to use a computer. It is what it is. So I have to find ways, and I've been talking with Spirit about how to heal. You know, I've been working on my third eye and just healing this sort of energy from the computers and stuff. I have to keep up on that energy that just sort of clogs, and it does kill brain cells. I'm just telling you that. But there was something he needed to do to clear it out of me. And it was sort of like there was a water ripple here. And so when he put his hand into here, it was like he pulled something out, and then now I don't know. I'm not noticing a change as of yet. He's showing it to me like a. This is a very special entity that I see on my rebirth journeys on occasion. And he's a pure black energy, and he would be like water that is solidified and is black water solidified. So you can see his lips and his nose and eyes, but he has no complexion. He's just all a black energy, a solid black energy. He's just this very massive, strong man. He's just a solid energy. And then, and so he just took this out. He actually came and intervened and then did this. I'm actually feeling lighter in my head for some. I am noticing a positive difference. We'll see how I feel even more so tomorrow. So okay, that was my spirit guide saying that was important, Abby. You needed to receive that, the gift of removal of this piece, because it was a shard that was actually in a part of my brain that was preventing me from accomplishing something that has to do with confidence even. It's sort of like human beings don't realize what life does to traumatize our ability to use our full function, right? And that we don't realize the pain and suffering we cause ourselves through just worry and all the feelings, all the emotions that we have. So I don't know what that was, but it was literally like a shard of glass. It was black and it was jagged, and it's probably this size, and it just sort of jagged shape, and it just pulled it out, and I feel fine out of my third eye. I don't know, but there's sort of a water ripple there. I have to do this before I can complete your rebirth journey. So I'm just gonna stop this. They're like, no, they want me to complete this now on this section of the video. I'm supposed to release all of the glass that has been ingested into my brain from emissions from computers, from technology, they say. Technology inflicts sharpness into the third eye and this sort of sphere here, and it collects uneven brain tissues. So I'm supposed to be releasing it. It's sort of weird. Almost like my third eye is a mouth that is barfing out glass shards. So I do this stuff for myself too. I do this for others. I'm definitely noticing an improvement. You need to, there's a way that you can participate in this experience too. You literally have to choose to align with this. So I'm asking them how we do this. They're having me, I'm on this side I'm here, right? Okay. Now I'm actually simultaneously going into your house right now, and then I'm aligning with you, and now our third eyes are in oneness. So now I'm in your third eye as you now are also in my third eye right here. And now we both can remove all this sort of buildup. And that includes you, Alexandra, as well. That includes everybody. So now let's just get it out of all of us. They're creating this is to do with that spider web thing. They're creating an interlocking grid of connectedness between all souls who choose to watch this video. Will also receive a very special third eye healing, is what this is. And so let's see here. So they're putting a ruby or jewel into each one of our third eyes. Into everybody's third eye who watches this video. So I am absorbing this red jewel, and it is turning into its own red orb, even inside of my brain, and this sort of white flame. Jesus had created this gift to help all human beings with this, because we're all inflicted by the pain that is from televisions and computer screens and all of that. This literally is glowing, and the glow itself pushes out what is almost like mercury. I see mercury literally glopping out of my third eye. It's like barfing out of my third eye and just spitting out. This is real. There's a version of like mercury poisoning that exists in the spiritual layers. And it is associated with all human beings who ingest a great deal of computer time. We're talking children too, remember? Their spiritual layers are filling with this mercury liquid spiritual goop. Their brains are, when they're watching TV and computers and all this. It's really bad for all human beings to be doing this. And the creators of these products actually know that. But there's a money scenario involved, and money is now more important than the human being. And that is sort of the value of these videos too, because I'm really showcasing and really trying to share as much as I can, and make it so anybody can receive this gift from me. So to heal as many people and touch as many lives as I can. So the sort of gift is just in the experience and the gift of sharing. So let's focus. I'm just gonna focus on completing this third eye clearing. Okay. You're supposed to say, I choose to accept a third eye clearing from Abby Turner today. I'm supposed to say my real last name from now on. They're connecting us all. Every person who says that, I accept third eye clearing from Abby Turner today, will receive third eye clearing today. It literally is this super orb entering the third eye. This red jewel, it glows in this perfect circle. Is glowing so bright, and that sort of, and it's got a white flame inside, and this white light comes out after the red. And it actually, that goop cannot tolerate the vibration. They're filling all heads with this who choose this healing right now. So they're saying to be proud of yourself for watching this all the way through, because now you see the value of patience and watching from beginning to end, in order to receive profound healing. So there's something else here. This is Alexandra's gift to everybody. This is Alexandra also healing us by choosing to do this in such a way, as would her soul would choose to do it this way, because that is her soul has this very deep, emotional, loving, connected expression. Wants to make such an impression upon people's lives as this Frida Kahlo has made. That's so special. And so now you're making an impression, because you're choosing to do this with me. but we're also healing you too. Sort of taking a unique route, because I never know how they're gonna go. So they're showing me the skull is empty of contaminants. The brain is healing of contaminants as well, because the brain absorbs this energy as well, and then it creates problems with the brain as well. It almost looks sort of like sandy muck, sort of remainder of this. It looks really mercury, and now as the remainders just, I mean, it just looks like sandy muck. There's nothing, it's dry now. It's like the brain is, they're wanting me to fill with the brain with fresh red blood. So I'm using red in the brain to wash it clean, to wash it with red blood, fresh red blood. And then wash yours, mine, everybody's. I'm washing all of our bloodstreams now. I'm getting really hot from this. It's sort of in my heart too, in my bloodstream, in everywhere, in my organs. So all this sort of red is just washing us all with cleanly blood flow. It's just so much. I could just fall right to sleep right now. It's just really warm. I got nothing for a minute. I got nothing. I don't know. See what I have to deal with? They do this, I'm in a state. Is this energy like fluctuates, you know? And that is exhausting, and the healing experience itself does something, and then when it snaps off, it's saying like, wow, where was I? I was somewhere doing something really good. Okay. So they're asking me if this is complete now. I can't answer it yet. The reason why is because I keep seeing this giant fly on my head. Sort of like it's using this like sucker in this sort of like all over my head with it. And I don't get what its purpose is. So I'm touching it, I'm holding it before me, and it's really angry. It's like really trying to get into my brain. They're saying there's going to be a lot of these flies now. They have a purpose, actually. They're sort of designated by some place. They don't like that this has happened. It's really odd. So I'm bringing Jesus in so we can do some manifesting work with this. So you have to understand there's a lot more going on than meets the eye, and there are truly corrupt things that are taking place. And when I can find them through these rebirth journeys, now I must heal them, right? Just like I did in that one. You see darker entities, you have to heal them. You see souls trapped in a giant pyramid device, you have to go in and you have to release them. This is a big deal for the planet. These sort of super centers on the planet. They're saying these flies don't have anything to do with sort of earth-centered nodes or earth energies like that pyramid device did. They are something else, and they're coming from somewhere. Energy that people actually breed things in the energy fields, even sort of insects and stuff, to have certain purposes. That you'll find. They're telling me I'm going to come across this more than I think. There's actually been sort of destructive waves of like invisible insects that have been sort of bothering our heads too. So I'm just waiting for a solution to arise where we can sort of create a manifest of. They're really glad that I chose to do this, because I almost said no, that I was done. I'm going to turn it off, but I couldn't ignore the fact that there was a bug on my head. Like, what girl wants a fly in her hair? Like a giant one. They eat poop. I don't want it. So it's still on me. They're reminding me how I had seen this similarity in a different one, and it sort of had this obsession with trying to suck into my energy field, or inflict me with something. I'm just gonna call angels and everybody to just come and do something about this. They're saying, we will take you to the source of where these are bred. So they're taking me to the source of where these are bred, and is like a beehive. It's sort of like a colony of them, even with like a queen fly or something. There's swarms of them, and there's lots of them. There seems to be many of them in this sort of spiritual layer. Somebody actually created this. A spiritual person like me was sort of assigned to create these sort of spiritual vibration disturbers. And as human beings lose their sort of connection with the spirit realm, now we don't have a clue that this is going on. Now you see how dangerous this is. This is bad. When people start doing manipulative things in spiritual layers to manipulate a planet, now that is bad. This is a big deal. This was also a big deal for you, Alexandra. This is monumental for a planet. This even has to do with this is huge. I am telling Source that I am standing here with this. I am acknowledging it. I am seeing this. I am saying that I am seeing this. I am touching it with love now. It is different. It is doing something. It just poofed and turned into a man in white energy. He's sort of like super slow motion and enchanting in the way that he moves. And he's very sort of warm in his presence. He is so just light that he doesn't have a solid body. He has a light body, but it's sort of like a shadow of white light that sort of manifests the shape of a face and hands and stuff, but you could see through it. But it still has sort of a solidity, because I can tell he's touching my hand. There's something really bad here too. What is me getting slapped against the face really hard, and somebody wanting to literally push my head into the ground and literally like stomp on my head and take the life out of me. Somebody hating me so much they can't stand the sight of me, like just wanting to just stomp my head to death. Literally is sort of the feeling, and I can experience this sort of violence. It's coming from this manipulative fly species. This fly hive possesses this memory of influence on others. They aren't tolerating. There's the vibration. It's literally like they had heartbeats that would only continue beating until somebody would actually come to see them. That was of a different vibration, and now they are all no longer activated. They were activated until now. Now they are literally like falling asleep or withering away, or their time is over. They were born, and now they are sort of like extinct. They're all falling asleep and just falling. There's many of them, and they're massive. They're like this big. They're massive. And they're just falling everywhere. So what could be, like, let's just say, like, the size of my apartment is also the size of our globe, our entire Earth. We live in an infinite universe. What size is just a matter of perspective. So the size of a globe is just the size of this living room, you know. So now I see them across the globe, and they aren't doing anything. There's one left that is coming to talk to me. It's like the queen fly or something. She's giving a gift to me. Something was intolerant about them. They actually are a real life species. And they were sort of ready to be transformed themselves. They want me to transform them into gifts of love. Because they're sort of like they themselves were created to do harm. But they themselves had manifested a consciousness that understood that they were harming others, but they were sort of under a spell and unable to alter that. So this queen one is coming to me. She's really sweet. She's just sort of perched like on my arm here, like this. She's huge. And she too is falling asleep now. But I'm letting her know that because their souls are going to be reborn now. This is in a spiritual layer, but it is this they had souls possessing those forms. Souls were actually experiencing that. And they're overjoyed to be released into the light. They were like soul slaves, seriously under a hypnotic spell. This is bigger than my human brain can process it. I know that this is so humongous, and this is the only way my human brain can process it. Is exactly like this. So this is a big deal. There's still these. This is gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna tell you this is gonna sound crazy because this whole thing sounds crazy. I've never seen this before, right? But they're saying one of your soul fragments was one of these sort of flies, and that was absolutely just an abomination of your expression, that you would be forced to endure this version of slavery. It was absolutely tormenting to every soul that has endured this. They're saying the soul numbers are thousands. Thousands that had been forced into this sort of slavery in the spiritual layer, even trapped. And they're saying that this is a realm of hell. And there really are realms of hell. And I still haven't figured out how this happens. How does this happen? How does this happen? So it's sort of like we choose things in the physical, and somehow our soul gets trapped in really bad scenarios, and then it just continues to endure within it until it cycles out, or somebody like me can come and release the soul from this imprisoned state. I can't even imagine how good you're going to be feeling after this. A lot of people across the globe are going to be feeling amazing now. I'm going to feel amazing. I'm trying to find out if my soul was one of these. I'm going to ask the queen who is now coming to life. This is... So, I don't think I can talk for a minute. There's an interaction between us, and she has actually moved on, and so I'm talking to her version. I had stepped back in time to do this and ask her this question. She's actually no longer alive in that form anymore. Her soul's moved on. All the souls from all those insects have moved on, and they're all in the light, and they're all in a state of superior rejoicing. So I'm talking to her in the past. The spirit realm is saying you can talk to anybody who has lived at any time, even in the future. That future version that you perceive and connect to at that specific vibration will speak to you in accordance to what it is that you are choosing to collect based on that vibration and your understanding of it, etc. everything is based on this vibrational thing. There's so many versions of the same. Some of them are chaos, and some of them are light and angelic. So you can have one soul, but now you can have one soul is still many souls. There's just such an infinite way about everything. You can't quantify it. So he's saying that. They're saying that about... I said he's saying that. Because he is saying that. This guy is... I'm still talking to her. She's wanting to show me how the memories have been released from this hive, where they've been tortured. Said this hive is bigger than it looks. It's enormous. It is an infinite space. An infinite space of enclosed honeycombs where flies, we've been forced to inhabit it, basically. But they've been... She's in so much peace, she says, that her soul is now on the other side. And she asks that I no longer speak to her from the past, but speak to her now from this present space. So I'm going to go to her higher self now. All these flies are dead. They're dead in the spiritual layer. And I'm asking for angels to come and sort of clean this up, because I just don't like seeing dead carcasses in spiritual layers. I don't know what that'll do. I don't want them to I want them to have a proper burial or something like this to create. They're saying I want to make this a sacred, something sacred where it was a memory of pain and suffering. I want to alter the vibration to show that it is a memory of something that is now transformed into sacredness and love. And healing for all. So she is. She's here talking to me. The fly mother. She's speaking to me. She's wanting me to stand up. So I am. I'm just here talking to her. She's just right here. I'm talking to her. I'm standing up. And then I'm simultaneously here talking to you. We live in an infinite universe. I can be multiple places at once. This is me projecting myself in different places. This has everything to do with you, Alexandra. It seems like it's doing so many things, but this is part of your soul rebirth. She is showing me that she had possessed also what is like a red orb for a heart. And that now it was removed or deactivated, so that way they could move on from that life that experience, which was traumatizing to those souls who've endured that. It was terrible for them. I'm taking it. I'm giving it to Jesus because it is this red orb. So I want to see what he does with it, because it looks like the red orb that we just used to get all that gooky gunk out. So I want to understand why I would see it now in her too. He's taking this orb, and there's two of them, and then he's holding his hand, and they're spinning very fast around in a circle like this, and they're lifting up, and there's one here on top and then one on bottom, and there seems to be many of them. It seems to be lots of them. There seems to be many of them now. This has to do with this strange web with the ruby. So this is important. He's showing me how many red orbs have to be created. It's almost like this was all a connected thing. This all had to happen. Anybody who watched this movie or this video and has this red orb inputted in here also simultaneously had a connective soul piece that was experiencing life in this odd spiritual layer with this activation piece. So somehow by putting it here into the third eye, the infinite eye, that deactivate simultaneously created a reaction. That's why those flies were buzzing. That fly was buzzing all over my head, because that fly was specifically me, my soul. That's why these flies were also souls. they had to get that out. That had to be gotten out. They had to get that thing going. I mean, do you see what I mean? I know that people are going to watch this and think it's all a bunch of hocus pocus, but this stuff, this is going to manifest profound healing for Alexandra, and this is already manifesting profound healing for me. And if we're the only two people that experience it, then, you know, that is enough still. If I could just change one person's life, that is still one person, you know, that can change one more person's life. You see how this stuff works? You see how important it is that we touch each other? Just to touch one person. Now that person can touch one person. Now we're touching an entire globe full of people. They're saying I know others who too have been in this fly form. And I'm seeing him now. Watching this video. I see that he too has accepted a red orb into his mind and then released from this sort of goo glup. And I'm going to his fly that has fallen even. I don't know why I'm supposed to do this, but I'm picking it up and then showing you that this was you. So I can tell you later that you were in my video. So I was supposed to do this. I'm collecting soul fragments and healing them and releasing them. This is a super rebirth journey for a lot more than just Alexandra. This is a rebirth journey for like 1 million people. Seriously, Jesus again is creating the spider web thing and connecting all of us through the spider web. And it is a spider web of profound white light. They are allowing all of our soul fragments to be returned into our bodies through this white light web, and we're all part of this earth. I can actually feel this happening. It is entering in my heart. They're saying a lot of people will feel this happening, Abby, because this was real. This actually did occur. They're showing me these souls now. They've been in the light and sort of communing with each other and in absolutely overwhelming joy. They're smiling and rejoicing and laughing, and they're sort of sliding down each little fleck of the spider web into every single body that, you know, is his soul that is connected with that soul fragment. They're blending with each of us. This is healing many. This is Alexandra opening up to me to heal her, and now Alexandra opening up to heal many. If you wouldn't have done this, Alexandra, this wouldn't have happened. You see how important you are? You see how important and valuable you are? You just did this for us all. So there's Jesus again. So he's really good with this balancing. It's sort of like too much pain has been endured here, and he's so tired of seeing human beings suffering, and in suffering. And he's sort of sitting down, and we're just talking, eye to eye again. He's really into this eye to eye conversation. He's talking to me. So showing me this value of this, also a red orb that is also a spider even, because now it sort of grows legs and then you can set it down and it's crawling around. He asked me what this spider means to me, and I'm thinking, well, I sure don't want it to be anything that is going to harm anybody. I want it to be something that makes people feel loved, makes people look in the mirror and then love the face that they see looking back at them. I want this to be a profound gift of love, unconditional love for everybody. And he's saying, so you want this to be a loving expression in the spiritual layers to help everybody who would want to receive awakening of their soul self, their body to activate. He's saying he wants to emphasize this is a gift manifested from unconditional love. Gifts that are manifested from unconditional love spread in the same vibration of their birthright, right? Like, I can't create a spider of unconditional love. Jesus can't create. This whole thing is a big deal. He's telling me that I hold the power in the palm of my hand. All I have to do is choose. And he's asking me if I choose to or not. And so I have this, so of course I say yes. He said, you almost said no. And I said, well, yeah, I did, I guess. I just don't want people to worry about what is in a spiritual layer. I've never seen that before. It has never been revealed to me before. And I don't want people to worry. So this orb alright, so we understand this, okay? So I'm going to create this in the spiritual layer. All you have to do is call for it. It's going to be named Abby Turner, alright? So if you want Abby Turner to activate your soul and awaken your soul, now there's a gift out there that Jesus has created and handed to me to choose whether or not I would give it to others. So now, if you choose to receive this now, then this orb is red. It's like completely bright red, and then it grows these sort of ruby legs, and then it set it down, and now it wants to go places. But until somebody calls for it, it's like a dog. It's like a loyal, loving dog that wants to lick your face and just love you so much. Just because I look like a spider with legs, I'm actually like a loving, loyal dog. I want to enter your heart and fill your bloodstream with the love and light of all, so that you can remember, so that you can feel the oneness and connection with all. This sort of spider is sort of sniffing out the air and waiting for somebody to call. Just say, let me see what we have to say here to make this activate. So I'm just gonna try it out myself, and then you can try it after me. So I'm just gonna say, okay, I accept Abby Turner's gift. I allow this gift to enter my form, to heal me, to enter my bloodstream, to be my eyes and my heart, my be everything. It's like really like super awesome energy. They're saying you choose how you want to call Abby's creation. You choose how you want to be awakened in this lifetime. You choose how you want to experience this. Now they're saying that Abby's soul is now a connection with this. So sort of, it's almost like we chose to be these flies without knowing we were doing it. And that is why we are so that is what had happened. We actually chose to behave in this way. And that had corrupted us and created a ripple of misery for all of our souls across the globe. That is what this is about. All of our souls are choosing to free. We are freeing through choice, and so now we get to choose. And this is my gift to humanity. You can create your own gifts too, and share them with others. This is just a gift I'm sharing with you. So now you should tell me what it. So it's like these gifts have to be of the highest vibration, and you really have to pour it in there. What is the most loving gift you can come up with? Now give that gift and make that gift an expression of your soul, to heal us all. That's what this is about. Super profound message. They're like, do you get it now? And I'm like, I get it, but wow, I'm still trying to get it. Because it's so awesome. I could be thinking about this for like 10 more lifetimes and still be in awe of it all. It's the inner workings of the spider web. Abby's spider. wants to touch your heart. So you can receive Abby's spider if you choose, and then it'll find you and lick your face. So, it's a very loving, tender gesture. So Jesus is really like wanting to be a part of these journey healings. Because he sees this sort of, I like really love, I really want to make a difference so much that I don't, it's like hard to look into his eyes and speak. Sort of like so much that, you can worry about, things like, maybe I didn't say that right, or, because I don't want people to misinterpret me, and I want to make a difference, and I want people to experience the love that I have to share, So, that's really aligned with Jesus's message, and his expression is, he's really aligned with wanting just pure love to channeled through to everybody's heart, to make a difference on this planet. He wants to teach you how to heal, and then to heal with him, and heal others with him as well. He's a really good choice for healing, because he's so pure and profound and loving. He's unwaveringly loving. There's many souls that it takes a lot of souls to make a difference. Jesus is one amazing, profound, immaculate expression. But also, too, is Frida Kahlo. I'll say her last name right. But that, too. She is not Jesus. She is Frida Kahlo. But you see how valuable her impression was on this planet, too. You see, it's all of us can make an impression here. Our own unique impression. A unique impression that isn't in a category or a type or a version of, indigo or starseed or whatever. Be your exact, unique, profound, awesome. You are one of a kind. Nobody else is like you. I want to know who you are. I want to feel the vibration coming from your specific soul. I want to know who you are. What is your name? I am Abby Turner. This is my soul. This is my soul's unique way of communicating and connecting and sharing. So what am I? I'm Abby, right? That is my definition. And then I am loving. Jesus, who is he? He's Jesus, and he is loving. Is he a starseed? Is he indigo? He's Jesus. He's loving. I'm Abby. I love you. I love raw honesty and choosing to see the reflection, but see it deeply. And that's the exciting part. We want to know who you are. You do. I want to know who I am. I want to know more about my soul as well. That's the exciting part. The more you awaken, the more exciting it all becomes. And now you can start defining your intricacies. Not putting yourself into like an umbrella category, but let's just get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's find out exactly who you are. And that is exciting. That is special. And this rebirth journey is Alexandra's gift to us all. And this is special. I'm never going to be able to make another rebirth journey like this. This is it. And everyone is so unique. They're telling me that it is time for me to let go and to move on from this. So I'm going to call this video, and I'm sort of unsure because this isn't a typical rebirth, so I need to meditate and determine what is the next step. So obviously we've gotten to travel through. there's you're going to ask this question because you'll want to know if Daniel was involved. They're saying that he was this entity that was this sort of reflection of what a white shadow that was sort of crystal, like I could see him through. He has a crystal clear identity, and he's so of this white light, but he was so magically patient and warm, almost like he could touch you and he could see into you, because he has this sort of knack it's like I talked about this with the praying mantis, how they have this patient side, so now they see everything in this tiniest little detail. It's almost like he could stop time to see into people's hearts and souls. I'm sort of just going to connect with him really quick. He's talking about the picture he showed me. Because it's going to be meaningful, it's going to be hard. This is hard, but I have to say it. Because I can feel the emotion of the value and how much he loved you. It's like really emotional. I will say it. He says that he misses hugging you, like in the picture. But I can feel that too. It's meaningful. It's really loving and honest and pure. I don't know. I'm gonna need a minute. Man. Alright. I swear I will override this. I am a professional. I am not a crybaby. Okay. And so that is why he wanted me to slow down. So I would acknowledge his presence and share a special message with you because you deserve it. Because you love so hard and so much, and he wants to know how loved you are, because you won't choose to see how worthy and deserving of love you are. So he has to show you that somehow. He wants to get that message through to you. You deserve to be loved. He loved you, adored you. That's what it is. That's what he says. So they all do. It's like the white beard guy also adores you, wants to take you places, magical places, into the mountain in ways you've never seen it before. Go in through the outdoor, he says. Always go in through the outdoors, his words of wisdom. So... So they're talking about smiling and chin up, and to remember that warmth and love, they change us all. They make us all heal and feel better. Alright, so that is what I have. They're telling me that you will feel that this is your rebirth journey. Your rebirth journey is to go through each and every one of the gifts that you had given to me and to experience it within your own soul. They are manifesting this. Limp noodle is no longer, because it is solidifying through each and every vein of wisdom that is channeled through me. In this profound healing gift that you've even shared with all of us. You shared awakening and healing with us. And the gifts that have been pouring through this video are outstanding. They are a reflection of how outstanding your soul is. What your soul is capable of, touching this many people through the spider web. Profound transformation and healing through a spider web, a ripple of change for us all, even. They're saying that this, I am to hand this over to you now. So I'm handing this spiral of the 4 over to you. And now it belongs to you. Now I'm seeing you holding it, and then you putting it into your heart. where you can feel the love of each and every one of these gifts filling your bloodstream and your body. And now I see your heart is glowing so bright with the flame. So your heart is red, right? The red orb, and there's a white flame on the inside, and it's glowing. Your heart is literally this. Your heart has healed all of our third eyes. Healed us from this sort of suffering, this fly version of chaos. They're saying this, the infinite is is too much, the human mind, but this is a real thing of existence. They're really showcasing it was your heart all along. This is the orb that is in your heart. That is the strand, is this flame of light in your heart. It was always this flame of light. Jesus whispered it in there somehow, manifested into this red orb. Now it is a reflection of your heartbeat, and heart containing all of these reflections of love. This is the most profound gift that I could give to you. So it is now in oneness with you and your soul. You are filling with this now. This is all you. So I'm just waiting for a minute to see everything complete, the cycle. They're saying her soul must enter a state of rest, period. That is the gift of rebirth, is for the soul to... Now the soul has accepted a profound alteration, a vibration of a really superior kind. So it's sort of like, in order to solidify within the soul, it must go into the light, and then sort of be reborn in the light in oneness with the the 4 gifts of this sort of DNA spiral. The soul now to be aligned in an expression of these 4 gifts that you've given to me. That is this rebirth journey. And this is literally what is taking place. Your soul is literally now entering light, and you are still sort of... I'm like really dumbfounded by this whole thing. I've not done one like this before. It's so different. They're showing me why it was a good idea that I started doing these by video, where I would do them by email before. Now I'm sharing them openly with everybody, healing others too. We're all healing each other now. You are swept away into the light, but you're still simultaneously yourself. So the soul is sort of in 2 places at once, in a state of healing. They're saying all of our souls are still in a state of healing from this gift with the release, and the release from this fly state of being, and released into the light, and in the solidity between the soul fragment and the soul now is taking place. They're showing me others that I know, the others too, that I know will see this video. They too had a version. This is really reflective of human sorrow. This whole fly thing has been reflective of human sorrow, and souls then, because of the sorrow, choose suffering. The sorrow is so painful that it actually inspires human beings to choose suffering, and thus now they are in a state of torture. The soul actually in torture. Soul now chooses to heal. Now thus this soul fragment, which has been in this state of suffering for so long, is now healing, healed in the white light, and now solidifying into the soul. So all of us, after a cycle of sleep, will be feeling like brand new people then tomorrow. So that's what this sounds like. All right, so thank you very much, Alexandra, for this special gift. I'm just mind blown right now. I'm never gonna be the same now. I don't think any of us will be. So this is my video, and Thank you again. And if you would like to experience your own soul rebirth journey that you would like to share with the whole world, with me and everybody who wants to watch it, please visit my website, and I'll put a link and everything so you can get there and explore doing that with me. So thank you for watching, and more videos to come.